Okay, Gengar lead. So this is kind of like a suicide lead Gengar. It doesn't actually have any damaging moves. It's leftovers with Hypnosis, Mean Look, Parashong, and Substitute. After we kill this Gengar, we're switching out no matter what, so we're never worried about Parashong. Same thing with Mean Look, because once the Pokemon who uses Mean Look faints, Mean Look's no longer active. We have Lumberry equipped for Hypnosis, and if we sub, we're just going to Head Smash break the sub and then kill it next turn. Unless it subs again, but it can never sub-stall us out. So we just click Head Smash here. Okay, that's fine. Head Smash number 1. Also cannot switch off of this, so that's fine. Crit doesn't matter, obviously, because it was behind a sub. Leftovers are going to activate, no worries. We can replay this interaction. We Head Smash. It goes for Hypnosis. We're Lumberry equipped. By the way, the reason it's better to be pre-sleep here, or be Lumberry here and not pre-sleep, is because if you pre-sleep, it could hit you with a sub, and then you wake up, you don't have a Lumberry anymore, and it just puts you to sleep the next turn, which would have happened there. So no worries here. So the reason Golem's a good lead there is because it actually baits exactly Arcanine because of Solar Beam. We don't have another Mon that does this, so it had to be Golem lead. Since Solar Beam always sees the kill here, it will always go for it, giving us a good swap into our Weezing. Now, Weezing has a fairly decent matchup here, but our Weezing doesn't have any way to heal itself, and this Arcanine has Morning Sun. So we're going to have to take a slower approach to this fight, and we're going to have to Toxic. It's always going for extreme speed on me here. It's only 2 damaging moves are Extreme Speed and Solar Beam. We're gonna hit this with a Toxic. It's fine. Now, this also has Will-O-Wisp, so unless we're burned, it's either going for Will-O-Wisp or Toxic. Ideally, I would like to be burned before swapping out, and I'll explain that in a second. So my Weezing, we should do some calcs here, is at 112 HP. 112 HP against this Arcanine. I am never in crit range. So I think I don't want to kill this with Gunk Shot because that's very important. So I actually think I'm just going to Flamethrower here for some chip. It's going to E-Speed again. We'll see if this puts us in crit range the following turn. If it is, we're going to switch. Okay, since it crit us, it's definitely going to be. So we just get some chip down here. This is leftovers. Gunk Shot would have had a crit roll, so we didn't want to do that. But now we're definitely in crit range, no? Yes, definitely. So what we're going to do here, the unique thing about this Arcanine is besides Will-O-Wisp, it doesn't actually have a fire move. So Vileplume, ironically, has a good matchup here. So we're going to go here. This is either E-Speed or Will-O-Wisp. I wanted Weezing to be burned before swapping out, but that wasn't possible. And this is kind of why I wanted to be burned before swapping out, but this is fine. Burn this Lumberry. Get some leftovers, and then Toxic damage will activate. Okay. Feels weird to use Vileplume on an Arcanine, but again, it doesn't have a fire move. Let me just make sure they don't have a pivot off a Sludge Bomb. They don't. So we want to stay healthy with Vileplume here. Extreme Speed crit max roll is 102, so that's fine. It could also Morning Sun here, which it might. If I thought it was not gonna Morning Sun, I would definitely Moonlight here, but because it's could Morning Sun, I think we Sludge Bomb. Take our damage. Exactly. And this is fine, because it's either gonna run out of Morning Sun power points, or we're just gonna kill it. And Toxic's just increasing in damage, which is why Toxic's important instead of regular poison. So we'll hit him with a Sludge Bomb again. That's 2 Morning Suns. I think it gets 10. And this is, doing this with Vileplume instead of Wheezing is very important for a specific reason, which once we get there, I'll explain. Sludge Bomb again. Nice crit. Okay, we take those. Again, did not want to kill with Wheezing there, which is not relevant for this interaction, but will be relevant for the next one. So we are trapped in. This is a Wobbuffet, so we're just going to go the Toxic route. Yep. You just never want to attack this so that it can't Mirror Coat you. See? Although that always does get a bit nervous. So we wanted Vileplume to be out in front of Exploud here, and I will explain why. Let me just put Exploud in the calc, make sure I'm doing this correctly. So this Exploud obviously has Overheat in the sun, which does huge damage, but it also has Extra Sensory, which is a Psychic type move. If Wheezing had been out, it could have found an Extra Sensory roll over the Overheat roll. Even though Vileplume is on in front of this and is weak to Psychic, there's actually no overlapping ranges. So this is always clicking Overheat, which is extremely important because that allows us to get a swap into Poliwrath. Which will always kill this with Superpower. It's gonna take some recoil damage here, but it doesn't matter. We're minus attack Poliwrath, unfortunately, so we can't kill this with Brick Break. So yes, Superpower does recoil to ourselves, but we have to take it. We're dead to crit here, so we never want to let this move. So again, using the Heart Scale, we invest in Poliwrath and just outspeeding KO here. This Exploud doesn't have a bogus item, it's just Lumberry. So we can do this safely. I knew we would go below half, which is why I went Citrus, which doesn't matter for this interaction, but we'll recover some health here. All right, another tough part of the fight. This is Choice Band Explosion Claydol. It doesn't have any other moves, so it is gonna boom here. We have no other switch-ins besides Golem, which is why it was very important not to use Golem as a pivot and make sure that's full HP. At level 70, which is level cap currently, we barely don't die to Choice Band Explosion crit from this thing. We would prefer to be not get crit, so we're better HP on Golem, but we still tank even if it crits. Yep. Okay, and Golem switches into that. So this is Executor. Let's take stock. This Executor is the biggest threat on the team. It has Swords Dance and Explosion, but if you notice, we did a very specific pathing here and baited the AI in a very specific way so that this thing would come out last. The reason we did that is if you bait this out last, it cannot explode. So what this can do to me is HP Fighting or Swords Dance. It can't AP because we're Resist. It can't Ancient Power, which is going to prevent it from getting an Omni Boost. It can not kill me with a HP Fighting crit right now. The question is, do I want to get Head Smash damage off? I think I might. We have a roll to kill, but this is also Bright Powder, so we might just miss. So I think I am going to click Head Smash here. Randomly APs. Oh, it's risky AI, so it can do that. It gets an Omni Boost. Okay, this is actually extremely scary. Wow. This is really, really scary now. I thought it was dissuaded to Omni Boost, or to AP because we resist it. We brought this in last and it's still terrifying. Okay. Holy shit. I'm at 86 HP. That's why we wanted to Head Smash there, not switch. We needed a damage on this thing. At least we didn't miss. If Bright Powder had activated there, it actually might have been a disaster. This never has a kill on me except for crit. But the problem now is... there's a couple problems. I think I need to stay in. I think I need to hit this. If I die to crit, I die to crit, but the mods I brought for this were Golem if I didn't get crit, which I'm using, Manectric because it has Shockwave, and Tentacruel because it has a good matchup. But nah, this is scary now. But if I switch and I get crit or a boost, then I'm just risking crit again. So I think it could also Sword Stance here. I think I Head Smash again. Okay, don't crit. Hit. It's dead. It's dead. It's super dead. Okay. I lost my Golem last time we were here on attempt 9 to a crit, so that was sweaty. Not gonna lie, after I got the boost, oh my gosh. We've had pretty good RNG and hideout so far. Okay. I know we were risking crit, but I think it's correct to switch there. Because it can AP again, and then if it boosts again, we're in trouble. We're still playing around Bright Powder. If I had missed, or Bright Powder, if I had missed there because of Bright Powder, then I would have swapped, obviously. But that was scary. Okay, good stuff. We take those. I didn't know that was that trainer. Okay, we're ready. We checked. Got a little jumps. All right, Typhlosion. You've been carrying us through hideout. Need you one more time. Pop off, buddy. Show them what you got. In the sun with Blaze. What don't you one-shot? We're not even Charcoal here. We're Amulet Coin because we can flex. Experience is getting a little high, but I don't really think I need Typhlosion after this. Gramble. Intimidate's gonna go off. It doesn't matter. We're using special moves. Hit him again, baby. Okay. We could try to kill this, but it doesn't matter. Like, we'll just go Vileplume here. This is probably like Stun Spore or Substitute or, I don't know, Attract, yeah. This is just a box check. Like, did you bring an answer to this? It's gonna sub, yeah. We also selected the Vileplume because it's female here, so it can't be extra annoying and attract us. This is an easy part of the fight, so no stress here. Yeah, we went Cherry Berry, so hopefully that this wouldn't happen. Does this have a way to heal itself outside of leftovers? It doesn't, so this is gonna do a lot. Okay, goodbye. Okay. Still should be guaranteed here. Gonna go Shark. This is Psychic HP Fire Bite, Morning Sun. Yep. Crunch doesn't one-hit KO, but we never die to crit, and it's always a two-shot. This is just Lumberry. Nice Spit Death Drop. Yeah, we'll take some damage here. Sure. Okay. Alright, moment of truth, Whiscash. Whiscash has 2 chances to get crit and 1 quick claw to dodge. This is the scary part. It's probably always superpower. Doesn't really matter that much. Double edge, sure. Okay. Quick claw crits, like 1 in 1,000 or something. Doesn't happen. Nice. Okay. Job was cash. We should be good now. Mean Look, Toxic, Charm, Rest. No worries. Yeah, so we're trapped in now, but it shouldn't matter. Yeah, synchronize, but it doesn't matter because we're poison type, so we can't be poison. Charm. So now we should be going for what's it called? Petal dances. I didn't actually check how much this does. It doesn't really matter. It's pretty good damage, actually. I think we get it here. After the toxic damage, it has leftover, so be close. Bang? Unlucky. Oh, Spin Death Drop, though. Great. That's great. That'll help. Alright, you're resting, but we can just spam this move. Yeah, Vileplume never loses this. That's great damage now. Alright, it's gonna die. It's another one down. You love to see it. That's pretty clean, honestly. Whiscash holding the line, and all things go well. I taught my Ian a Rock Smash, correct? I did. Okay. That's the only move that matters. This has Muddy Water. Nothing else matters. Okay. No more stalling. Let's go. Maxie, I am prepared to lose a lot of Pokemon to you. I am prepared. As long as we get through. Epic Scene, by the way. Way ahead of its time for base Emeralds. Man. Okay. So, Tyranitar lead. We don't have a good way to lead with this that also paths well. Sceptile was an option, but that line is pretty risky. So we're leading with Maieana. We're going to trade Intimidates here. Sunlight will activate first. Our Intimidate will go off first because we're faster. Then the Tyranitar's Intimidate. Maieana's only job here is to Super Fang, get some chip, and then die. It's pre-damage so that we can never end up in an HP where this wants to Ancient Power. Because if this Ancient Power boosts on us, we're probably losing. So Maieana's Intimidate is actually key here. Tyranitar will never go for Ancient Power. It always sees the kill with Fire Blast, and there's no overlapping ranges because we reduced its attack. There is a weird world in which Maieana actually may survive if it misses Fire Blast twice in a row. But let's be honest, that's probably not going to happen. The likely outcome here is just Super Fang, get our chip, and then we die. So let's see if that happens. We'll get half health here. Nope. Fire Blast connects. Maieana, you came to one fight in Hideout. You did your job against Maxie. Thank you for your service. You could have been a Torkoal, but you've given us the chip we need to go into Vileplume and kill. Vileplume has Petal Dance, and Chlorophyll is active, so this is going to be super fast. The key thing here is we needed chip damage so that Petal Dance was no longer a range. So we'll hit this now with Petal Dance, and we'll Revenge Kill, and we'll bait in Executor. Okay, that was pretty much guaranteed. Vileplume, you're probably going to die here. Thank you for your service. So there's two things that can happen here. One, we just get our Sludge Bomb crit and we Sludge Bomb chip damage and we die to Psychic. We are pre-damaged so that Psychic's a roll from this Executor on our Vileplume. We never want to leave us with just a little bit of HP so that it can boost. So that it can Ancient Power and boost. So we'll always die to Psychic here. Sludge Bomb crit is weird because we will kill this Executor. If that happens, we might actually save some Pokemon, but overall the line will be riskier. So likely outcome is Sludge Bomb, get chip, and then die. Yep. Doesn't matter, it's Lumberry. Sack number 2. Vileplume, unlike Maieana, who was average, you have been phenomenal I will never forget you if we take this home. Okay. Now this seems like a lot of setup, right? We're just losing Mons and trading Mons. It's never gonna work. This is showtime. We needed to bait Executor early. We needed to have it on the field alive so that Gardevoir can come in. And now Gardevoir is gonna do Gardevoir things. It's gonna trace Chlorophyll, and it's about to pop off. You ready for this? Ice Punch. This bait's Flareon. This is how we're making up all our grounds. We're Chlorophyll, so we're faster. Because we traced it from the Executor. We Ice Punch. This Heart Scale's been hella useful. And this was the way we needed to path it to enable Gardevoir to do this. Gengar. And again, this is faster than us and threatening a kill. But because we trace Chlorophyll early, we're faster. And we kill a Psychic. This is going to bait Arcanine now. Gardevoir, you've done your job. Alright, Pelipper. Couldn't even be Swift Swim for me, buddy. I'm giving you a fighting chance here. You can survive and land a Hydro Pump crit, but that's pretty much it. And even if you do that, we still might sack you, but... Alright, there's Solar Beam. We could have gone Citrus here to give it a little bit more of a fighting chance, but I opted not to because Gardevoir is level 70, and I thought experience management for something that might die anyway is more relevant, so we went XP Share. This is just going to die now for sure. It's not even going to get the Hydro Pump off. Pelipper, you did some things. You were good on Winona. You came to Mat 1. You helped with that one grunt and hideout. Again, kind of like Mayan, you've been a little average. But thank you for doing this here. Alright, Dugtrio. Do Dugtrio things. Come in and click Earthquake. With a Soft Sand and level 70, we always hit the range here. And we're faster. This Dugtrio's a monster. Now the real demon's in. Entei last. This Entei is unstoppable. It's got buff special attack for some reason. It has Sacred Fire, Solar Beam, Extreme Speed, and Ancient Power. What's gonna happen here is Dugtrio's either gonna be, this is gonna be your last fight. I'd like to keep you around if possible. So if you could land a crit here and stay alive, that would be cool. We can't even go for Rock Slide Flinch because this thing is inner focus. So if do you want to land an EQ crit and save yourself? That's pretty cool. If not, I understand. This is going to do massive damage, but unfortunately we do not kill. Thanks. Thanks for everything, buddy. Thanks for everything. Okay, Tento Revenge kills now. That's it. That's the line. Had to be like this. And we're never dead to crit. We never get to... There was 4 possible lines here, and some of the items and the pre-sleep and stuff was relevant for other lines that could have occurred. But that's the main line that was always likely to go down that way, but we needed to prepare for everything, so I did a lot of exterior preparation. That is a 4-death Maxie, I believe.